This is Jimi Hendrix, and this is bonus content. Adversity and already always listening on Empower Your Pattern 2.0. Did you know that there are success patterns to help you that desire more? That desire to have a better and extraordinary life. Well, I'm Jimi Hendrix, and I am a success, confidence, and private coach, motivational speaker. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I desire to help you with these success patterns. Let's go. Now, I had originally planned a podcast format with a co-host, but I think I'm going to take a break from the winning mindset. Don't worry, I'm going to return to it. I'm going to return to being true to that. But I gotta be honest with you, to this day, the devil's virus. Okay, you're probably wondering, you're probably new to this, or you're wondering, what's the devil's virus? COVID-19. I have a friend on my network that also podcasts. He calls it that, and so that's what I'm gonna call it. But I digress, okay? Today, despite all that's been going on, some positive stuff, I have been elected president of the Odessa Toastmasters Club in Odessa, Texas. Very thrilled about that. I've been doing some celebrating with my family. I have also, looks like I may be installed as area director for District 23, so, and Toastmasters as well. But in spite of that, I have to be honest with you, I've had a lot of discouragement the past, I don't know, maybe 4.5 to 5 days, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some of the people I associate with. I haven't discerned what it is, but all I know is that things have got to change. And the discouragement was getting to me, and it's like I couldn't stand it anymore. I almost wanted to cry. But then here's the thing. As I was doing, episode 3 talks about the CAP method and how I advise doing critterotomy. Well, today I noticed some of the critters, or shall I say negative thoughts, those of you who had, if you want to know full details about them critters, go back to episode 3, okay? Go back to episode 3. This is before a simulated audience platform, you know what I mean? So, I want you to know this. Here's the thing, okay? You have to really want to challenge those negative thoughts that cause your adversity if you want to be successful. And so, I noticed the common thread, and it's something I was taught in the Landmark Forum. And I'm just going to kind of interpret it. Let me do some research, and I'll be right back with you. And so, a lot of it is because of our past and our upbringing stuff. And I have to be honest with you, some of it, I think, stems back from some trauma that I had in my past. I'll be honest with you. My father, to some extent, some aspects of my marriage at the time, years ago. Of course, that's been filtered toward a little bit better toward some way. I gotta say, most of the guilt has been frittered away. I think some normies, but anyway, already always listening is, when I deal with that with critterotomy, when I say that is, you enter something like always, okay, and let me, how I'm about to give you an example of already always listening. that I put in my log, in my critter identity log today. What do you know? First one right out of the box. Well, here it is. I win something, and I have to celebrate it all alone. I guess I was right. I'm a failure, and I'm a loser. Okay. I'm going to attack this, okay? I'm going to attack this because I did it on paper. Can I tell you something? That is a lie from the pit of hell. Just like our devil's virus that's caused so much adversity is something. Both of those are from the pits of hell, from the fires of hell. And I'm going to go ahead. Okay, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do this, okay? I'm kind of teaching out of pain. And I hope you understand your pain points, okay, on this. Your pain points is like if they're negative thoughts that they stick to you and you don't do them, you don't deal with them. I call them the adversity critters from hell. And those things are going to keep dumping their negative, and they're going to say, well, we'll just keep dumping our negative until you come back. And that just means that you have more to deal with. So, you deal with them right there, and instead of doing what I and maybe a bunch of other people do is look back and say, oh, look what a terrible mess I made. Yeah. Deal with them suckers now. Okay? Deal with them suckers now. It's like I would be discouraged about something. And I would want to delay it. And, my buddy Keith would wait for like maybe 5 minutes. And he would say, Jimmy, do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to talk about it now? Let's talk about it now. And I know that's very painful. But after I talked to him and told him about my discouragement, he'd give me a pep talk. And of course, he's not there to do that anymore. He passed away in April 2003. And so, I've had to do it myself. I had to give my own pep talk. Have to, comfort myself. And one of the things is this critter out of me is a good coaching tool. What it basically is my revised version of a cognitive therapy log that is mentioned in the book Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy by David D. Burns, MD. That book is over 40 years old. And so I figured I would, but without so much psychology, I just dust it off and use a little psychology, use a little spiritual knowledge. Because I already always listen, oh, it's always this way. It's always that way. And you know what I've said, right? About not seeing things as they are, but as we are. That's what I was doing. I was, in that first critter that I attacked, I was seeing things as they are, instead of seeing things as I was. Well, I was a victor, okay? They already pronounced it at the meeting. One of my good friends, God bless her, announced that I was president-elect, okay? Normally I am thrilled. But, I'm not too disposed about this too often, but it's already out anyway. I suffer from bipolar disorder. And sometimes in the mountaintop, there is an occasional valley where you slip. And I was in a valley for about 3 hours. And finally, my nephew is 20 years old. Was like, all right, look, enough. Enough, okay? Enough. You have all this education. You have all this knowledge. He said, your intelligence is beyond us. You know everything. Can I tell you something? I don't pretend to know anything. I'm still growing. Head knowledge is important. Don't get me wrong. But I tell you something. One thing that's going to help you beat. One of the things that's going to help you beat the already always listening. One thing that's going to help you beat the already always listening is heart knowledge. Okay? Stop seeing things as they are. Maybe from the perspective of the rearview mirror. And I'm preaching this as much to myself as anybody else on this, okay? I kind of didn't want to take a break on this series, but I was battling discouragement. I thought, something told me, Jimmy, you might as well just give out some bonus content. I thought, no, take a break. I thought, Jimmy, are you going to keep letting your listeners down? Take a break and see what kind of content you can get. Put something down about adversity. People need to know how to overcome adversity. Because even there are still, because of this devil virus, reversals in business in some ways. And some of it, to be honest with you, a lot of it as entrepreneurs, as thought leaders, as, in any occupation, a lot of it is personal on how we view ourselves and the world around us. I said this in the significant sales trail series at the end of the first season, okay? I made it clear, I agree with Dan Clark. We need to stop seeing things as they are, okay? Because I'm about to teach you once again a concept I've learned in the Landmark Forum. Plain truth here. There is no is reality, okay? I don't know what it is, but it seems like ever since maybe the 2010s, around 2014, I used to hear a lot of millennials say, it is what it is. It is what it is, okay? And I'm kind of wondering, what type of entrepreneur would say it is what it is, There's entrepreneurs that throw in the towel every day. They give up on their God-given destiny. And I'll be honest with you, there are times I've come close. Then I'm thinking, Jenny, what would your friends say? Your friends in Toastmasters are backing you up. Your friends in the church that love you and they're backing you up. Your family, regardless of what they may think about what you're doing in podcasting and speaking. What would they say if you just up and gave up instead of pressing in? And trusting God for the results. Pressing in and trusting God for the results, okay? I know that's hard. I'll be honest with you, I don't have all the answers. I still have questions. I still have doubts about myself. And so this podcast, believe it or not, I kind of missed my counseling appointment yesterday because of exigent circumstances, missed my appointment with my therapist. So this podcast is kind of like therapy for me right now. I'll be honest with you. My generation, as far as music that can maybe help people, they put out music, they listen to music that help people, but they also listen to music that hurt people. And I'm just as much the guilty and just as much the blame for that. And plastered all over our reactive culture for decades. Plastered all over our culture for decades is this already always listening. Kids walking around and saying it is what it is. Now I realize that there is reality. We have to face realities. Okay? I don't think some people that aren't successful-minded really can grasp what that desire success and strive for success know what we're doing. But what matters is that we beat already always listening. I hope that you enjoyed listening to Empower Your Pattern. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Become a part of the Empower Your Pattern 2.0 community. This is Jimi Hendrix saying, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others won't. Do what others don't so you can have what others can't. Choose, act, pursue happiness. And God bless you.